Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. This past weekend, the Statesmen took the Heritage Bell down to Clinton, Mississippi, and brought it back home with a 20-14 win. So, without further ado, we'll have head coach Todd Cooley.
I appreciate everybody. Sorry I'm here a little late today. Obviously bittersweet to end the season, but I'm really excited that we were able to hang on to the bell. It was a really tough game. That was a tough scenario all day. You know, we had to get up really, really early. You're playing an offense that you never ever see in college football, single wing, and they had about a month to work on it. They started getting pretty good at it there towards the end of the season, and you know, to hold them to 14 points after they've been scoring the last couple weeks, 400 yards rushing. I don't even know how many yards rushing they had. I haven't looked at any stats from the game. But I was just proud of our guys. I thought we played a really good first half. I do not think we played as good in the second half. We had way too many penalties. Seems like every time we got anything going, we had a holding call. We had more holding calls on Saturday than we had all year combined, I believe, which is unfortunate. I don't think it was as bad as it was it was called, but whatever. Anyway, we were able to win the game. We finished 6-4. You know, we were supposed to play 11 games. We didn't get to play Erskine. Wish we would have gotten to play them too. Possibly that would have been a 7th win. That always makes you feel a little bit better. 7-4 looks better than 6-4, but it is what it is. Get ready to go recruiting. Proud to send the seniors out the way we sent them out, and really proud of everybody's effort in the game. And you know, Mike King got injured in the game. Just saw him. He's doing well. He's got a smile on his face, so that's always good, because when you get a kid carted off in a game, it's never a good thing. But this one turned out pretty good, so we're blessed that he's fine. And you know, got a lot to be thankful for heading into recruiting. So that being said, I'll answer any and all questions.
Garrett Ames' performance in the Mississippi College game. I see where he got GSC Freshman of the Week.
Mm-hmm.
Just talk about the future that young man has.
He's got a bright future. Should be him and Cole coming back with Reed Miller. It gives us a really good deep quarterback room, and you know, we'll keep recruiting as well. But I was really proud of Garrett, and we knew that he was capable of that. You know, he's played well. You know, and that was his 3rd game, so that he could hold his red shirt. That's his 3rd game to play in. So it was good that he got in there, and I think he impacted the game very, very positively. You know, I think he went 5 for 5 is what someone told me. Kind of banged his shoulder up. Just a physical game, man, or else I think he'd have played a little bit more.
Now, just looking at the whole schedule, of course, you know, obviously the ultimate, you know, result didn't quite happen the way y'all would like it to, but just kind of looking at the overall schedule, looking at the playoffs, the 1, 2, and 3 seeds, y'all played them. One of them non-conference, which was a game y'all went out and scheduled. That tough schedule. When you're going into recruiting, when you look at the body of work on a season like this, where y'all played the type of schedule that y'all did, conference and non-conference, how much easier is it to kind of see some needs?
Oh, I think you already know kind of what you need, you know. But you know, here's the thing that every team's going through across America, and even these guys that are in the playoffs, they'll go through it once their seasons are over. You know, you think you got needs of what you got coming back and what you know you've got, but then you don't know. You might have more needs because you don't know who all is going to get in the portal. You know, that's just the facts of it, you know. So I'm going to try to find out that today, because we got needs right now that we know we got to address, but we might have more. Just all depends. So we got to figure out where these guys' heads are at, and you know, the ones that want to stick around, but hopefully they all do. We'll see. But that's the nature of college football right now. But yeah, I mean, you play. We're always going to play a tough schedule, and that's what you're expected to do here. You know, we had a head coaches meeting last week, talked about that very thing, scheduling in-region opponents, and we thought we did a good job of that. We had the toughest strength of schedule in our region. That's but we didn't capitalize when we had the opportunities, and at the end of the day, you got to play your best against those types of teams, and we did not do that this year, and that's why we're sitting at home right now instead of getting ready for another game.
In terms of moving forward, Coach, next year, I know you've been in situations like this before where you come back stronger
Mm-hmm.
than ever after having not made the playoffs. Is that something that you find yourself referencing to, like, hey, we've been in this spot before, we came back stronger,
Mm-hmm.
and do you go back to maybe that kind of game plan, that formula that got you back into the playoff round?
Right. I think there's a lot to be said about that. Of course, you know our program pretty well, but yes, it's exactly what we do. We go back to getting us back to what we do that gets us to the point where we want to get to, and we kind of got away from that this year, and and I think that's pretty evident to see. But not only with how we played on the field, but I think it's evident for everybody in this locker room and everybody in these meetings that know that we're going to do things a certain way, and we didn't do them that way this year. And that's going to be addressed. Already has started to be addressed, and it will be changed, So there's only one way to do things, and that's the right way, and you can't compromise that. And that's, I think when you get, that's why, it's hard to get there, but it's a lot harder to stay there, because when you get there, you're trying to prove something. But then when you do it, staying there at that level is that's difficult to do. And hey, at the end of the day, we just didn't get it done. We needed to get it done, and I'm just glad we were able to make enough plays Saturday to put that one away and win the game and move on into get some momentum into recruiting and into off-season workouts and go from there. But that's probably another thing that's changed a little bit is, normally on a day like today, I'd already be on the road recruiting. But I am recruiting. I'm recruiting my current team because you have to recruit them as well. And it's a shame it's like that, but that's the world we live in right now. So you either adapt to it or you get left behind. So we're going to talk to those guys today and tell them what's coming and, see which one of them wants, how many of them want to buy into that. If they don't, then it's like I tell them all the time, there's two doors out here. They swing in and out. We're sure going to miss you if you leave, but it is what it is.
Do you anticipate?
Oh, yeah, always. You just got to get used to it. I mean, I thought we were going to be fine last year because we'd won so much, and then all of a sudden, two of our better players on offense leave us. One right at the end of spring ball and one before spring ball ever starts. You just never know nowadays because I don't know who's in their ear when they're not around me. Who's in their ear? Who's telling them what to do? Who are they listening to? There's so many people that are trying to get involved with these young men's decisions nowadays that really don't have all the facts that they need to have, so. But you get in that deal, people want to hear what they want to hear. And if somebody's telling them, hey, you're great, you're this, you could go do this, and I'm sitting there trying to coach them hard, who are they going to listen to? They're going to listen. A lot of times, it's human nature. We're going to listen to people who are going to tell us the good stuff. But when I'm trying to be honest with them, that this is what you got to do to get better here, because all I'm concerned about is what you're doing while you're here. Sometimes that's just the way it is now. So, but it's like I tell them all the time, those who stay, we're going to do just fine here. We got a saying around here, if you stay, you're going to be a champion. And, we've delivered on that more times than we hadn't. So we'll see. But, hey, really excited about what this team was able to put together that last week in a big game. Obviously way too many penalties were thrown in that game. But it was a rivalry game. I mean, you could tell it was a different feel. It was a rivalry game, and so we were always glad to keep the bell. So we were blessed to keep it again.
In the fourth quarter of that game, Mississippi College went on a good drive, got down to y'all's 5-yard line. Y'all turned them away. Talk about the moment of that game, and at that moment in the game with the way the defense just kind of held them back. at that park?
Yeah, man, I thought it was just great effort. Just great effort to make that happen. Because they were knocking at the door, that's for sure, no doubt about it. So, but it was great to see us get the ball, knock the ball loose. And that was just didn't give up. Didn't give up, and we had every opportunity to do it, and we just didn't do it. So it was great.
Coach, oftentimes you hear when the season is over, the times for reflection. I don't know if you've gotten to that point yet. You sit back and reevaluate how the season has gone. But when you look at self in the mirror, is there anything that maybe you've learned this season that you hope will make you a better coach next season? You personally?
Yeah, I think I'm going to try next year to take a little bit more time throughout the day for maybe just myself. There was a few times this year where we got back from a road trip at like daylight, and I went straight to work. And the only time I saw the daylight was leaving the bus to get in here, and didn't see it again until it was dark when I left. And I don't think that's healthy at times. And I think that can lead to some bad decisions, I think I got to try to sleep more during the season. Didn't sleep well this year. I know what our team has to do. I get all that, I know what we've got to correct there. And that'll be addressed again this afternoon in a meeting, and we'll move forward. Because we'll either get it done or we won't, but I feel like we will, because like you said, we got their attention. It's sometimes when you're winning, it's harder to get their attention, but we've been here before, In 21, we had a similar season to this that turned around to 22, and to me, this kind of seems the same, 24, and hopefully we'll turn it back around in 25 the way that we want to play around here at Delta State, day in and day out. So, but at the end of the day, man, you what you're trying to create is a selfless attitude, sheerly selfless, and we were not selfless this year, and we were not that way. And if you're not going to be that way, you're not going to win the way you need to win. And we didn't have it. We didn't do it, and I didn't demand it like I should have, and I didn't make enough good decisions early in the season that probably would have helped us become a better football team later in the season. And that's something I've also got to learn from. So, but yeah, it's a great question. Tough question. Great question. Anything else? Hey, we learned a lot. We still went 6-4. I'm proud of them. Played a tough schedule. We're going to play it again next year. And now it's time to go recruit and get our kids that are here and get ready for next year. That's all we can do. Appreciate y'all. Go Statesman. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Coach.